Right, so on Friday, I think it was, Jake Tapper, they ran an interview with Marcus Luttrell and Jake Tapper. And what's sad about this, I think, is this is an old interview. So this is an interview that they've had in the can for a very long time. This wasn't live. This wasn't something that was produced even last week. This has been in the can for a while.
Like months?
I'm not really sure. He has the goatee, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Marcus has a little goatee, so it was well before Christmas. And he says something that I think is understandable. I think what he's trying to say is understandable, and we'll get to that here in a second. But he is talking about a movie that happened in 2005, an event that happened in 2005 with the guy who is the lone survivor. And the last thing you say to the lone survivor is, you know what? It's kind of like, all those deaths were senseless. Excuse me? You're telling me my service, what I did, was senseless? No, I don't think so. Hopeless? No, we weren't hopeless. Now, Jake, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I think it was a stupid thing to say, but I mean, I haven't said stupid things. Please.
Oh my God, this whole show is filled with your stupidity.
Yeah, I mean, just riddled with stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh,
so,
you can't.
Okay,
you really
right.
can't.
I think we've made the point.
No, I think you should really reinforce.
You can't oversell the stupidity of his remarks.
I think we have. So there's, I understand, Jake. If he was upset with the reporting on the Blaze, and there were several that were upset with the reporting on the Blaze, but we did not retract the story because we believe we got the story right.
We did. We published his criticisms of it, which he had many, which is okay. I mean, that's okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think the larger part of this, of course, is people are looking at this as, well, Jake Tapper, just another member of the liberal media taking on the troops. He's not at all. I cannot be more effusive in my praise for Jake Tapper and the job he's done over the past 5 years.
I would have to agree with you.
There's 3 guys who do a great job. You can count them on 3 fingers. Jake Tapper tops that list. Then you've got Ed Henry and John Carl from ABC.
Yeah.
That's it.
And as far as Tapper goes, not only has he been great taking on the president, not now when he's got a 45% approval rating, but when he had a 70% approval rating, he was doing it.
Yeah.
As a journalist. And not only that, he has been incredibly good on the troops, on the valor of the troops, how brave they are. He has done nothing but been incredibly fair to them. So
totally fair.
To me, he deserves. There's no question of where Jake Tapper stands on the troops or any of this stuff. It's just, did he make maybe the wrong question at the wrong time? That's a minor criticism of a glowing record for this guy. So I don't think there's anything here other than the fact that he really does deserve the benefit of the doubt of his motive of this question.
Yeah, but it's a bad question. His motive, I think, was good, and we'll get to that motive here in a second, because I think his motive is something that most of this audience will agree with. I could be wrong, but I would say that we all agree with it. So here he is with lone survivor Marcus Luttrell.
The emotions I felt while watching the film is, first of all, just the hopelessness of the situation, how horrific it was, and also just all that loss of life of these brave American men. And I was torn about the message of the film, in the same way that I think I am about the war in Afghanistan itself. I don't want any more senseless American death, and at the same time I know that there are bad people there and good people who need help. Was that intentional?
Well, I don't know what part of the film you were watching, but hopelessness never really came into it. I mean, where did you see that? Because there was never at a point where just felt like we were hopelessly lost or anything like that. We never gave up. I never felt like that we were losing until we were actually dead. I mean, that never came across and in the battle and while we were fighting on the mountain, and it was just us against them.
Forget hopelessness, just the sense of all these wonderful people who died. It seemed senseless. I don't mean to disrespect in any way.
There's where
but it seemed senseless. All these wonderful people who were killed for
where my wife almost jumped out of her skin.
Or an op that went wrong.
We spend our whole lives trained to defend this country, and then we were sent over there by this country, so you're telling me that because we were over there doing what we were told by our country that it was senseless and they died for nothing?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
That's what you said. So let me just say that, yeah, it went bad for us over there, but that was our job. That's what we did. We didn't complain about it. We went out there and did what we did best, and at the end of it, we weren't standing. They were out.
Look up the word senseless, because how else do you define what? I mean, he just said, no, I didn't say that. Well, what are you saying? We died for nothing. Senseless. Do you have the definition?
Without discernible meaning or purpose.
So I died for nothing? I died, I'm sorry, if you disagree with died for nothing, I died with no discernible meaning or purpose?
Yeah.
No.
You can't say that to Marcus about
You don't
his
say
brothers,
that to anybody.
But especially not to Marcus, who lost his brothers in that battle.
Yeah.
You can't
Now,
say that to him.
You can say this, and this is what I think he means. I think this is what he means. And it's a different conversation, Jake. How do we stop this war? Because I don't even know what it means anymore. I don't want another person to die because I can't attach meaning to it right now.
And while I think most Americans attached meaning to it in 2005 when this event occurred, I'm not sure we do now.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you
maybe
don't,
you
and you
put it
don't
in that
even
context.
Say, you
it's a
don't
little better.
even say that today. If you're sitting next to a soldier who just came back and was on a mission and was told and lost all of his buddies, you don't say to him, by the way, did they die for anything? You have that conversation separately. Mm-hmm. You finish that and say, what an amazing hero story that is, and look at what these guys are. We'll be back in just a minute. Then come back and say, now, what does it mean? Why are we sending more people in to do this? Why? I think that's what Jake Tapper meant.
Yeah, because there's a line here, right? Like, you can say, if we went and we invaded Canada right now, I would not agree with that particular invasion. However, the troops who are fighting hard for their country, that doesn't mean that they're dying senselessly. There's a line there. Just because you don't agree with the mission doesn't mean that you have to think it's senseless. And you know, look, Jake Tapper's been, I think, good on this for a really long time.